Personally learning environment of the maths teacher online course is a means of improving ICT competency of a mathematics teacher. In the current circumstances of the global spread of distance learning, the problem of teachers' awareness of various information and communication tools is increasingly growing in importance. Their use by a present-day teacher is closely related to the selection of web tools for creating their own personal learning environments, PLE, which provides a variety of activities. All this entails the need to constantly train teachers and form their ICT competency. Several studies have been devoted to addressing certain issues of the problem of maths teachers' ICT competency. Thus, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, in partnership with leading industry organizations and experts from different countries, developed ICT competency framework for teachers' recommendations. They include 18 competencies that are structured in accordance with 6 aspects of professional teaching activities and 3 levels of applying ICT for teaching purposes. The underlying idea of developing the above-mentioned competencies is that teachers who possess a sufficient level of competencies to use ICT in their professional activities will be able to ensure high quality of education. In this regard, both foreign and Ukrainian researchers mostly consider the issues of forming ICT competency of future teachers in the process their training. However, the continuous improvement of web technologies necessitates the formation of ICT competency not only of future teachers but also the continuous professional development of those teachers who already work in schools and higher education institutions. Consequently, the need for the continuous formation of ICT competency of a teacher, including the one of a maths teacher, is beyond dispute. One of the best ways to address this issue, according to the researchers, are online courses that will help teachers navigate the space of web technologies and level up their ICT competency. That is the reason why there have recently been appearing more and more courses that offer teachers to improve their skills in the field of information technologies. Therefore, the idea of developing an online course for teachers to raise their awareness in the field of web tools is relevant. But, as stated by the authors of the ADDIE platform, having a good idea is not enough for an online course to be a success. The whole host of factors that will interest the audience and encourage them to take the course should be considered. The most well-known traditional models for developing online courses are ADDIE, analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation is best considered as a classic representation of instructional design principles, its acronym associated with the 5 key principles of course design: analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. DIG, Carey and Carey model is a systematic model of instructional design, first introduced in 1978. It is sequential in nature, similar to the ADDIE model. The model assumes the learner is active in the learning process, integrates the learner needs, skills and learning context into the design. It is a well-researched model that relies heavily on theoretical principles of learning, which no doubt is why it is a respected and widely implemented model in higher education. Instructional Design Model for Online Learning, IDLE, draws from the ADDIE principles and the DIG, Carey and Carey model. It's perhaps best described as a framework, since the authors of IDLE suggest it be used in conjunction with another design model, not as a replacement for. As a basis for the development of the course, we took a 5-step ADDIE model strategy. This model of a systematic approach is best suited for the student's active participation in the learning process. Over time, the content of each step, analysis, design, development, implementation and evaluation may change. Thus, in the future, not only the teacher but also the student will be the target audience. This will not only affect the first analysis step but also change the further steps. During the search phase of the study, maths teachers were asked to independently select resources to fill their own PLE according to their activities, such as organizing the teaching process, searching for information, doing research, analysis and statistical processing of the information, doing the calculations, publishing popular science material, publishing research papers, designing presentations, collaborating, communicating. Saving data. Based on this, we developed a PLE model for a maths teacher. This model at the present-day stage of the development of Web 2.0 technologies involves placing a maths teacher in the center, which results in the teacher becoming the starting point for creating an external network of nodes. Web 2.0 tools are designed to help teachers improve their skills and level up ICT competency. In Table 1, we analyze the various tools in terms of their functionality for the teacher. The presented personal e-learning environment of the Maths Teacher course is designed to prepare the teacher for these changes. This online course is designed for 5 weeks to be worked through at the pace selected by a teacher. If desired, the user can pass the course faster, but the optimum pace is considered to be the one that provides for 2 lessons per week. Each lesson is packaged with a short text lecture, a video, a tutorial and a practice assignment. Gradually working out the class tasks, the teacher masters various Web 2.0 tools. Ranking of Web 2.0 services and their distribution in accordance with the types of teacher activities provides for the development of useful PLE, improves the level of web tools mastery, helps to increase teachers' ICT competency. The experiment involved master's students majoring in mathematics in Donbas State Engineering Academy, Kryvyi Rih State Pedagogical University, Berdyansk State Pedagogical University, a total of 50 volunteers. At the beginning of the experiment, the participants were randomly split into control, CG, and experimental, EG, groups. In the control group, 26 students studied the methods of teaching mathematics in a specialized school, MTMSSH, discipline following the traditional university program. In the experimental group, 24 students when studying MNMSH took the personal e-learning environment of the Maths Teacher online course. The indicators for the effectiveness assessment of the developed course were the levels of the ICT competency formation. Through the analysis of the scientific literature, 4 levels of the ICT competency were differentiated: very low, elementary, normative, high. Next slide. To determine the higher education seekers' awareness about the use of various Web 2.0 tools, we applied special testing. The analysis of the entrance level of the students' ICT competency showed no significant difference between the levels of its formation in EG and CG students. At the end of the experiment, CG and EG students did the test again. The results of the final assessment of the experimental and control groups are presented in the slide. As can be seen, at the end of the experiment, in EG we observed the redistribution of the percentage of students towards the normative and high levels. The overall increase was 19.9% compared to 4.3% in CG. Thus, at the end of the experiment, there was an increase in the normative level of the ICT competency formation in EG by almost 16.8%, while with the CG students this level increased only by 3.3%. The number of course users having a high level of ICT competency in EG increased by 2.6%, whereas in CG, only by 1%. The analysis of the pedagogical literature suggests that the development of online courses in the learning process is at the height of its popularity. The use of online courses is an effective means of increasing the ICT competency of both teachers and seekers of higher pedagogical education. The analysis of the results of the questionnaire survey among Hey Maths teachers confirmed their insufficient level of ICT competency and the willingness to increase it with the help of our personal e-learning environment of the Maths Teacher online course. We are grateful to the students who took part in the experiment, the teachers who participated in our questionnaire survey and thus helped us in conducting the research.